Welcome back to Superior Sunrise Now. Joining me is Doug Cassidy with the Fort Worth Stock Show Syndicate. Doug, I want to thank you for being here this morning. You are the chairman, so pulling you away from all the Fort Worth Stock Show festivities that are going on is a little difficult, so I want to thank you for taking the time. Like I said, I know there's a lot going on right now over at the stock show, and the whole community, I mean, if people at home are not a part of the Fort Worth community, you have no idea how just the state of Texas gets involved, and even the surrounding states. I know my little sister's coming from California to show in the Open Angus show, and it's just an exciting time to be in Fort Worth and be a part of the stock show. So tell us a little bit about the syndicate and, you know, their involvement with the stock show.
Very good. The Fort Worth Stock Show Syndicate is a 501c3 organization. Our primary focus is raising money for the young men and women that show their animals in the Junior Sale of Champions. There's approximately 290 out of about 15,000 entries this year in the junior show. So a fairly small percentage make the show, but make the sale. But we want to give them maximum dollars for their projects that they've raised all year. And then the second thing that we do is we provide scholarships through the Texas FFA Foundation and the Texas 4-H Youth Association. Every year, this past year, we provided 24 scholarships.
Wow.
So we stay busy throughout the year, even though the primary focus is the Sale of Champions, which is next Saturday, February 3rd at 9 o'clock in West Arena at the Will Rogers Complex.
You know, there's a lot that goes into it leading up to next Saturday, and you know, a lot of those kids are excited. But speaking of the scholarships more specifically, we got to speak to some of the young candidates, the ones that received in the past, and they're so grateful for it. I mean, it means the world to them. Talk about, you know, why you guys are so passionate about giving back to those, and especially educating or, you know, furthering their education, especially in the agriculture fields.
Absolutely. Many of the young men and women in the rural community, rural counties around Texas may not have as many opportunities as the people in the more urban areas. And these young men and women work hard throughout their school careers to kind of build the opportunities, and it helps for us to assist them. Obviously, we all know what the cost of education, college education, and secondary education has done in recent years, and we hope that what we contribute adds a small part to that total. Many of these young men and women, in addition to receiving one of our scholarships or one of the others that are available, they receive multiple scholarships, so they're able to pool those scholarships that they work so hard for and then pay for their entire education.
Well, speaking of hardworking youth, I also know Fort Worth Stock Show is the only one that gives 100% of the proceeds to the individuals that sell their animals. That's a big deal.
It absolutely is. The Fort Worth Stock Show, 100% of those auction proceeds are paid to the exhibitor that sells their animals. So that is nice. Some of the other major shows have other philosophies, and they typically cap those, but Fort Worth gets some of the best steers because of that policy.
Well, thank you again for being here, Doug. I'm going to let you get back to all your duties over there at the Fort Worth Stock Show.
Appreciate the opportunity this morning.
Thank you very much. When we come back, two very special guests. Don't go anywhere.